Stewardship with SNB.
Good afternoon and welcome to this special interview program on RTV, Stewardship with SNB. I am Solomon Nelson Braid. As Nigeria prepare for the 2027 elections, the government at the center and at the regional level are beginning to formulate policies that will either impact positively or negatively in the lives of the people. But how are the people taking these policies when hunger, anger, and of course banditry, kidnapping, corruption, wanton destruction of property by bandits up there in the north what is facing the people? And there is confusion in the land. In the midst of all of these, Stewardship with SMB caught up with a man of God who does not only preach the Bible, but he teaches the Bible. An evangelist, a philanthropist, a man who is the lead pastor of Abundant Life Evangel Mission here in Port Harcourt, Apostle Eugene Ogu. Apostle, welcome to our program.
It's my pleasure meeting you again, Greg.
All right.
Good afternoon, viewers.
Okay, so first let's start with the state police issue. The Nigerian government is trying to establish state police. If that becomes a reality, sir, it will trigger localized or religious frictions beyond preaching the Bible on the pulpit on Sundays. What is the position of the Church of God in all of these policies that the federal government is bringing on board?
Well, I must be very honest and sincere to you, Solomon, and to Nigerians, that the present administration, in a bid to impress the public, knowing that they are running out of time of not fulfilling the promise of giving Nigerian light without payment, like the president said during the campaign, seems to be in a hurry to jump the gun in some of the policies they want to put into place. Now I say this because I'm a Nigerian born in this country. I've lived in this country for so long. For you to make anything state meaningful, you must first and foremost pass a law of citizenship where anybody who lives in any state for more than 20 years will have a right, equal right with any other person in that state. So that when you now say state, it will not be left for a certain group of people. Already see what is happening in our country. You have a president who is in power, and you look at his administration, it's full of people from his own area. You go to those governors who have been in power, you look at the people they put in power, is those from his particular area. You look at those who are in power in government, and the selection of people who are put in sensitive offices, who are even running for election. Some of them, their children, some of them, their relatives. And if you don't address that, definitely state police will be a reflection of the same thing which we see happening. So if you don't address citizenship, who has a right to be called a member of the state? So how are you going to do the police state? Who will be eligible? So when you make it a state thing, a state in the sense in which they are doing, it becomes a tribal thing. So you get in a situation, have fracas where if you are from this tribe and you are the governor, you want to make sure your people are not only more in it, hold the strategic position to control the state apparatus, police apparatus. You will begin to see it in the DP, you will see it in the area command. You see all those same things because it's the same Nigeria, it's the same people running whatsoever policy. So we don't have issue of law, of policy, we have issue of the people the mentality of the people running this policy, have they changed?
Okay,
Are they
so
not the same people?
Yeah,
When they use the same instrumentality of the state police to still exhibit what they're exhibiting, even in the federal level.
okay, so the proposed state police is structured in such a way that the state governor will be empowered to appoint the commissioner of police for his state, but will be ratified by the state legislature. Do you think these two arms of government will be fair enough to the citizenry in choosing who becomes a police commissioner in their own state?
Just the setting, like I've said before, you have a situation where the state assembly, you give them commissioners or people to screen to be appointed. Then they screen out those they don't want. They screen out all those certain powers don't want, certain individuals don't want, and want a particular group of persons loyal to another group of persons. It's the same character, it's the same people, it's the same. So creating a structure without fixing, the environmental situation will always amount to the same problem we have. In fact, it will multiply the problem. So what will happen is that the war or the problem that we normally have in the region, like for instance, Middle East, the Middle Belt, Northeast, Middle Belt and Northeast, or Northeast, Northwest and Southeast, or Southeast and South-South, all those dichotomy, those problems will now come down to the local level, where you now transfer that same problem.
Yes.
It will be between one local government to another local government. It will now generate that heat forcefully, where people will say, oh, you did this to us, you did it to us. So to fix the state police, first and foremost, you must fix citizenship. Citizenship, where everybody will have equal right, where you take off the power to appoint from a single individual. You structure it in such a way that it will legally produce those who takes over. If you have been in this state police, you were employed today, in the next 4 years, you are entitled to a promotion. In the next 6 years, you are entitled. So let everything about it be governed by law. Not in a situation where somebody entered police today and it's been there for 10 years, and that person enters 10 years after this one has been in office, and tomorrow you see him being his commissioner of police. So those kind of dysfunctional structure and means of managing offices and people and various ministries doesn't work. It can't work. It's not working.
So are you personally for or against state police?
Against, not against it per se, against
The structure.
The way, the manner, the procedure it is being carried. I think they are too hasty. I think it's like something you want to create to use for a purpose. And I think it will not stand. When you do it, we see the problem will come. Then we'll go back again to revisit it. Because you've not done it.
So what is the single biggest operational danger you see in the proposals?
It will create.
Does it outweigh the benefits of establishing state police?
It will create crisis. Did you see what happened in LMA local government and Okrika and
Just days ago.
and they just where the three local government how do we shoot and all this because of land grabbings and people have taken money and are developing a place they ought not to. Who intervened? Is the police commissioner who now intervened, called and said, stay action there. Now, if the police commissioner is from LMA or from, you see problem, there will be problem. So the police commissioner does not belong to any of those the local government. He called the local government and said, look, let nobody enter there pending on when the DSS and the state government will look into it. DSS does not belong to any part of, because when you do that state something, every other federal entity in the state will have to wait until the state, refers any matter to them. Don't forget we have state judiciary. They will do things, by the time you bundle it to the state judiciary, come out with a result, with an outcome.
So invariably you're saying, Apostle, that state governors cannot be trusted with the appointment
all over the years.
For police.
All over the years. A single individual in Nigeria has not been trusted to do anything right. A single individual in the political terrain in this country, you will have about 99% of them have not been trusted to do things right. Just very few of them. Just very few of them. And so it is good to allow law to monitor, to process, to produce, to allow the progress of any institution we put in place should be allowed by law, not where somebody says, okay, I am this on my place, I make you this, I make Let it grow according to seniority, let it grow according to experience, let it grow according to time, according to the exposure you have been given in your training over that particular thing, the results you have made, and so on and so forth. Not just one man who will be there.
Inflation. Many everyday Nigerians feel pushed to the brink. Do you think President Tinubu can realistically win a second term come 2027? This is a political question. I know you are passionate.
Yeah, I would be very honest and sincere to tell you that as a pastor who is also in touch with his members,
that's the people.
Yes, I'm in touch with Nigerians. And when I talk about Nigerians, I mean the poor Nigerians. I have over 100 widows' children on scholarship in this country.
Currently.
I've had over 2,000 of them graduated from different churches, from different tribes, from different states, cut across the north, the west, the middle belt, the south, the southeast, cut across the country. It is not in doubt. It's in the public domain. If you Google Arm of Hope Foundation, you will see the thing that we do. Now, let me tell you sincerely, people are suffering. People are hungry. And if the people are allowed to choose their leader, their presidency, I don't think Nigeria will go for the same government they have today. If Nigerians are allowed to make a choice, I'm telling you this.
In other words, you're predicting that President
I'm not making prediction. I'm telling you that if the people are allowed free and fair election, even the president knows that Nigerians will not choose him. As a matter of fact, in a system where leadership are held accountable by their words, in fact, Tinubu should tell Nigerians that, look, I'm sorry, I made a promise, because he said, if I finish my first tenure and I did not give you light that you will not pay, don't vote for me.
And Nigerians don't have light.
That is what he said. So, are we in a normal society? So some of the questions you ask should be asked in a normal society. Our society is not normal. There's nothing normal. Everything, the more you look, in fact, the more you become blind.
So what would be the
not
message?
even the less you see, because you have nothing to see.
So what would be the message the Church of God should carry to the people?
My message is simply people should be truthful to themselves, not minding the political parties you are involved.
And not to fry a car.
Be honest. Leave a car. Leave low.
The president's wife has said that Nigerians should help themselves by frying akara by the roadside.
See, let me
So
tell
they
you.
can make ends meet.
Let me tell you. The president's wife has not traveled from Lagos to Port Harcourt by road. He cannot even travel by airpiece. Neither the president nor his son. They go by refurbished, brand, some of them brand new private jets. They don't know what
Presidential jets.
They don't know what is happening.
You think so?
And unfortunately, those who are around them try to tell them that Nigerians are not crying, that they are hailing them. And let me tell you, when you dangle carrots and cucumber before people who have a promise to go to the land that flows with milk and honey, the difficulty on their road will make them desire the cucumber and the carrots in the land of captivity. So what we are seeing is dangling cucumber and carrot for people to see. Cucumber of, we are giving you money to go and fry a car. Cucumber like, we are giving you 1 bag of rice. Carrots like, we are trying to make sure we give you some certain amount of money as well. More between now and January next year, there will be a lot of promises and a lot of cucumber and carrot that will be dangled before Nigerians so that we can remain in the land of captivity.
So the advice of going to sell akara should be dismissed by Nigerians.
Will akara, saying akara, will it pay your school fees?
It's part of the manual job.
I'm paying school fees. I'm paying school fees over 100 widows, children, and orphans. I'm paying 72,000 naira for hostel. I'm paying 70,000 naira for school fees. It is not allowance, it's not transportation. 140,000 naira for one person. It's not healthcare, it's not books, it's not this, it's not every other thing. It's not departmental fee and so on and so forth. Let's fix the country and forget about, look, we need power. Let Madam President tell the husband to do everything to give Nigerians power.
And not akara.
And roads and water. Give us the road, give us power, give us water. Nigerians are hard-working people. We will learn skills and be able to keep our environment clean in order to sell, produce things. Look at our brothers and sisters, sons and daughters. They can make hair. I went to UST yesterday where a student called Miss Amaka under the Igbo Association Axis, taught girls how to make hair, how to plait hair, how to do decoration, all those things. And I was invited, and they showcased what they did. Are you following me? Now, this lady sought for support to buy the bags, the box kits, to give to those who succeeded. The kids to go is like teaching people how to fish. That is what the students are doing. This is what I should think that Mrs. President should be funding. Now I wonder, the 5 children who won and got those kits, I gave each of them 50,000 naira. I don't know where they worship, I don't know who they are. Just for the fact that,
how many of them?
There were 5 that won. They came first, second, third, fifth. That won. That is, they exhibited their skill, that they learned that, and they could do it. And they demonstrated by the people they brought, that they dressed. There were some of them tied gele and all those things. And the kids to do all those things, complete box full of the kids, how you can start your own, were purchased and given to them as gifts. So I have to give them money so they can buy other things and start. If Mrs. President don't know how to help the poor, let him look for NGOs. Most of all these rich people, politicians who are going about, now very soon they'll start buying bags of rice, share it into 10 kilograms, put their picture, and start insulting Nigerians. You use your political structure to package bag of rice of 10 kg. You put your picture, you give them so that you can use them. Then after you use them, 1 year later, you don't do the same thing. 2 years later, you don't come back to look for them. 3 years later, it is during election, you come back. Oh, God will not allow such politicians to be happy and be peaceful. Let's stop using people. Nigerians are crying. Let's help Nigerians. Nigerians need road, we need power, we need water. All right. Look at the money that one person is stealing in this country can give Nigerians free education.
Correct.
Go to our schools, primary, secondary, go to university. You will see over 600 students in one class, one lecturer, that they cannot pay well. The wickedness in this country is visible and is being celebrated by those in power.
Yeah, I must congratulate you, Apostle, for this strong voice that you have lent to Nigerians, because oftentimes leaders in the church are also keeping quiet because they are afraid that politicians will clamp down on them. But here you are, spitting fire and telling truth to power. I must commend you. Okay, you have heard from Apostle Eugene Ogu. We'll take a short break, and when we return, our guest will talk a little bit about the Japa syndrome, whether it's thinning away or it's still increasing. Stay with us. Stewardship with SNB. All right, if you have just joined us, the program is Stewardship with SNB on RSTV. You can follow this program on YouTube and Facebook at RSTVPH. Of course, we are also on GoTV channel 142 and Starter channel 113. These are the platforms you can follow this program and also drop your comments where necessary. We're still joined to Apostle Eugene Ogu, the lead pastor in charge of Abundant Life Evangel Mission here in Port Harcourt. Apostle, once again, welcome to our program. But let's move to 2027 again. Now, as we look towards 2027, what is the greater threat to democracy, in your opinion? The weaponization of poverty, and of course, poverty and vote buying or lack of independence. Which of these do you think is the greater threat to democracy as we move towards 2027?
For me, the greater threat to democracy in this country is the
weaponization of
poverty. We have seen it, is what we have not been talking here. It is the conspiracy of silence by men who ought to speak. I watched Ayo.
Some men of God.
I'm coming. I watched Ayo Risa Jafo spoke on channels. I lifted up my hands and may God bless Papa Ayo for being bold to speak out. But I almost became sick when I heard Papa Deboye yes, Papa Deboye of Redeem making a comment of support to this God. I wish Papa Deboye kept his silence. That is where silence would have been golden. See, not everybody got called to speak on current affairs. Papa Deboye is a pastor, which he has answered. He won't accept bishop, he won't answer apostle, he won't answer reverend. He's a pastor, called pastor. I think Papa Deboye should stay in his pastoral calling. He's disappointed a lot of people and a lot of us when he said they should not blame Tinubu.
Is this not criticism taken too far on your part?
Criticism?
Yes.
I'm telling you what is all over the social media. I'm not criticizing him. I'm telling him that his comments to say that he wouldn't hold.
But the world will be watching.
Yes, he wouldn't hold the president accountable for the state and the plight, insecurity of the nation. It's unbecoming, because Papa Deboye is a lecturer. He's a professor who understands that the only true responsibility of a president is to protect life and property. Does Papa Debo doesn't know? Why is time to excuse him that will he go and wear khaki and go and shoot that? Papa Debo wouldn't have made that statement. I completely, totally disagree with my father in the law for making that. Even most of his members does not agree with him. And it appears he painted a tribal sentiment because the same Papa Debo went on protest when Jonathan was president. At this particular time, Tinubu time, what is happening in the country is worse, terrible than what happened in Jonathan. If that little level of insecurity and difficulty could move Papa Debo on the road for protest, whether it was prayer protest when he wrote to the governor and said that Papa Debo would have written 10 and 20 of that, and I think about 10 or 20 of such protests. Now, so what is the difference? Is it because Tinubu is Yoruba? What is the difference? Is it because his wife is the wife of the president? His daughter is the pastor, is the wife of the president? Look, at times like this, Nigerians must know if we don't stand out to be true to the situation we find ourselves on the ground, a lot of people will be buried, will become criminals, a lot of our children will become thieves, will become harlots, because there is hunger. I feel it. There is hunger. Papa Debo would not have made that statement because a lot of millions of people listened to him, and that was, it's a body language of supporting him that he made.
So this is a threat to democracy.
It's a threat, it's the biggest threat to democracy, because if Papa Debo comes and says, look, I disagree with this is not correct, this is not correct. Where have you seen children tortured in captivity like this particular regime? Where have you seen? Massacre. We are talking, it seems to be on daily basis. We can use our connection, our money and might to frustrate the truth about the wickedness that is going on in this country. But I believe that God knows, and I believe that God sees. I also believe that God hears. I believe that one day God will save us from the hands of this conspiracy. Because this is conspiracy.
All right. Let's come back to River State.
Yes.
River State has deep ethnic diversity, of course, we're all aware. Yet there is speculation that another Igwe governor will soon emerge. Well, what is your take?
Now, you see, I've lived in this state for so
long. There was one Igwe governor,
yes,
and another Igwe governor. For 16 years, this ethnic group ruled. And here we are, another Igwe governor is preparing to take over power. What's your take?
Now, does my take mean or change anything? It doesn't. It is the Rivers people. It is the Rivers people.
It can conscientize the people.
It is the Rivers people who should answer that question. The traditional rulers in the various communities, the politicians in the various communities, the youth leaders in the various communities, the various groups in the various local government in Rivers State should answer that question. Because I'm going to vote, it will be just one vote. But you see, let me tell you, it is not just Rivers people, Niger Delta. Let me tell you, see, go to Abia State, you will cry for River State. If you ever know Abia State was a state of dungeon, you can't pass without tying your nose. Go to Abia State, even on market days, you will hardly see trash on the ground. You will see roads. I drove to Isialangwa before. I drove to Isialangwa.
Could that be one of the reasons why theology is on that trial?
Hold on. I'm not. I don't know what if he's under.
Yes, after.
Well, if he stole, I saw something they are showing the social media saying billions and all that. I don't know whether they are true. Social media, you can't even trust what
he was the governor of the state.
But what I'm saying now is simply that Rivers State deserves more than what it's having. Rivers State deserves more, for heaven's sake. With the kind of treasure, this is the treasure base of the nation. This is where the money comes from. Look at, can you go to LNM without from this thing? This is what they are still working there for years. Look at Port Harcourt to Warren. Look at the roads. This is the area. But what happened? The people once they come, take your strong men. Go to Africa, take the strong men. Go to Buguma, take the strong men. Take your strong men. Feed them well. Take care of them. Leave the state. Look, the plight of this state, the suffering of this state, the cry of the people of this state, and that of the Niger Delta is in the hands of those powerful political and individuals that have shown capacity to change it, but they are comfortable with the grease, the oil greasing of their hands by politicians who are the maximum beneficiaries of the sufferings of Rivers people and Niger Delta. Don't they know them? You think they don't know what they're doing? Look at Rivers State, for heaven's sake. This state should be a state when you come, every road should be taxed. There should be light everywhere. In fact, there should be 24 hours light. But you go here, you see things, or you see things you ought not to see. Why? Why are we fighting? Let me tell you something that our people don't know here. If I tell you that there are over 200 and 500, whatever, about 500 companies operating in Niger Delta, in Rivers State, who have moved their headquarters to Lagos. They pay their rights, taxes in Lagos, and bring stipends here in the various states. If you think that it is not a political strategy to strangulate not only Rivers State, but Niger Delta for the benefit of Lagos State and other states, then we have not started. We don't know what is going on. If not so, why will we not have seaports where we bring all imported? What stops us from having seaport in Rivers State? Tell me. Why will ships not come to Rivers and let us go from the east on the chart? Let them come to Rivers State and they carry things and go. And yet the road to Lagos is still not good. What is the essence of we want to fix economy when we know that road power is the express road to fix the economy, and we don't have the roads?
Apostle Chidogu of Abundant Life Evangel Mission, thank you so much for your time with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure, and I pray that Nigerians, God will keep everyone safe, protected, and keep us until our salvation, the day of our salvation. It will definitely come. If Israel for 400 years eventually escape the land of captivity, Nigeria will escape one day. I keep praying it will happen.
Nigeria will escape one day from poverty and hunger, and of course all the myriads of things that have plagued this nation. And that's our program for this week. Join us again same time. We shall bring you another guest on this platform. My name is Solomon Nelson Braid. Bye-bye.